My whole body is sore. I don't know if came back from Canada. I came back from Vancouver a couple of days ago, and then I went on my usual run, and my body just could not handle it because I just didn't sleep and eat enough or drank enough. And then I woke up with just my whole body being sore as hell. Ugh. But hey, you know what might fix a sore body? A house fire. You guys know where I'm going with this, so let's go on. Save. SCP-1596 is to be kept in the storage at site section R security box 107. Room temperature should remain between 10% and 20% Celsius. Wait, degrees, not percent. 10 degrees and 20 degrees Celsius and 45% to 55% humidity. All testing involving SCP-1596 must be administered in the presence of at least one level 4 staff member. All testing involving SCP-1596 is suspended indefinitely pending further investigation. 05. SCP-1596 appears as a nondescript matchbox containing individual matches, all standard in size and appearance. All attempts to track down the origins or manufacturer of SCP-1596 have yet to yield results, though further investigation by researchers is encouraged. When a match from SCP-1596 is struck alongside the box, it will remain aflame for approximately 26 to 35 seconds, at which point the flame will slowly smolder out. Despite being lit, matches from SCP-1596 will exhibit no signs of damage after the flames extinguish, and in fact can be used multiple times without appearing to take on any sort of damage. Attempts to light the matches on any object other than SCP-1596 have proven futile, and trying to spread the flame from the match to any other object likewise seems impossible. When a match from SCP-1596 is lit, the home of the person who lit it, hereafter referred to as subject, has been observed to catch fire at precisely the same time, steadily growing stronger as the match burns before eventually consuming the entire structure. Attempts to subdue or extinguish this fire have proven unsuccessful, though it has been observed that the flames will remain within the structure and not spread to the surrounding environment. The fire will continue to burn until the entire structure and all its contents, living or non-living, have been destroyed. That must absolutely suck. Like, hold on. If you live in an apartment building or apartment complex, that means only your apartment gets set on fire, correct? Like, because it does say it makes sure to not affect anything in the surrounding area. Can you imagine that happens? Like, only your apartment catches fire, and the apartment next door, down below, above them, perfectly fine. Like, how would you want to explain? Especially because the whole apartment will get burned down to cinder. Like, imagine trying to explain that to the fire department. Like, yeah, I had a fire in here. And it's like, so how come only your apartment got caught on fire? Like, did you stop the fire somehow? I was like, nope, I couldn't stop the fire. As you can see, everything in there got burned to absolute smithereens. But like, it's like, yeah, but how the fuck does is the rest not caught on fire? Doctor, test log. Agent. Subject lives approximately miles from site and was briefed on the nature of SCP-1596 prior to testing. Her home was emptied of all belongings prior to the experiment. That's good. You better pay her new home, though. Also, how does it work with, like... Is it whatever, like, your home is, and like, whatever the building is under your name? Or whatever current building you are residing in. Because that's the difference, right? Because you could be residing at a building for a couple months, but it's not your home. Or you could be having multiple, like, if you have multiple homes, do they all catch on fire or only one? Makes you think, doesn't it? Staff assigned to monitor subject's home confirmed that it caught fire at precisely the same moment that she did the match from SCP-1596. The reports show that the fire started at the far left of the second floor. Subject confirmed that this was her bedroom, the room in which she spent most of her time. During the test, subject attempted to light a gasoline-soaked rag with her match. Several attempts at doing so were all met with defeat. Subject was thanked for her cooperation and granted 110% market value of her home as compensation. That's good, because again, like, you burn that shit. You burn her home down. You should at least pay it back. The flame from the, because now you can buy a home in the same cost plus a little, and you can have either you buy a home that's cost around the same, and then you have like 10% left from like whatever your value was. For like moving or some extra stuff, or you could just get a better home. The flame from the match seemed to be sterile in its inability to spread to other substance. Further testing could explore this peculiarity further. Also, it may be that there's a connection between where the fire starts and where the subject spends the majority of his or her time. This may mean that there is no association between the subject's home and SCP-15696 at all. After all, it would make sense that the majority of most subjects' time is spent at home. Doctor. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be whatever building they reside the most. You need to have like somebody who's like has a home that they live in, but also a place that they're residing in for a long period of time now. Test 2, Agent. Subject was flown in from the Foundation Chinese branch for this experiment. As of Test 1, subject was informed of the nature of SCP-156 and given time to prepare his home beforehand. Subject was recorded attempting to light his match on a variety of substances, including 3 other match boxes and even an open flame. The match remained unlit. However, until struck against SCP-156, staff assigned to subject's home confirmed that the fire again began at the exact moment that the match was struck. No deviation between times was recorded. Fire was observed to begin on the right side of the first floor. Subject confirmed this to be his workplace, and where he would spend the majority of his time. While the match was lit, subject attempted to light another match from SCP-156. With it, despite several attempts, the flame from his match refused to spread before extinguishing. Subject was thanked for his cooperation and granted 110% market value of his home as compensation. Test 2 seems to indicate that the matches will not light by any means other than SCP-156, and that a match's flame will not spread to any other substance. Furthermore, distance has not been observed to play any significant factor in the effect of SCP-156, and Test 2 seems to add credence to my hypothesis that SCP-156 is tied to where the subject spends the most time, not where their home is. Doctor. Okay, but we need to test that. Like, you need somebody who has 2 homes, two places that they reside, like one that is on the name and one that they spend the most time at, and see which one of them catches on fire. Test 3, Agent. Match from SCP-156 attached to a robotic arm and positioned to strike SCP-156 upon activation. Subject was placed in a separate room and told to press a button when prompted that would activate the arm and ignite the match. Oh, it's attached to a robotic arm. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, oops. As before, subject was warned of SCP-156 nature and given the opportunity to prepare. Staff positioned at subject's residence did not report any of the event of the fire. Further investigation showed no signs of fire damage within. 2 hours later, subject was informed of a house fire at his childhood home. Fire patterns were consistent with those found in Tests 1 and 2. The house fire claimed 9 lives, all of which were immediate family members to the subject. Oh, fuck. Subject was granted indefinite leave for grieving. Upon his return, he revealed that his childhood house was where he always truly felt at home. When asked, he also confirmed that the kitchen, which is where investigations showed the fire began, was the room that first came to mind when he thought of his old home. Subject's requests for amnestics that would block his memory of participating in Test 3 were denied. Subject was instead enrolled into counseling at the Foundation Psychiatric Center. Yeah, I mean, your childhood home is gone and your family members got killed through this test. This is very rough. But that's okay. That makes sense. That it is basically not where you spend the most time, it's what you as a person consider your home. So like me, for example, I have a place in Zurich and I have a place in London, but the place in Zurich is what I consider home, even though I live longer in London now than I live in Zurich. So if I were to strike the match, this place would catch on fire instead of the one in London. We still can't rule out the possibility that the house fire was coincidental and that SCP-156 simply doesn't work when it's not used directly. Okay, that's coincidental, really? I don't think so. So when you see hoof prints, think horses, not zebras. Seems to be that SCP-156 might possess some sort of telepathic ability to sense where the subject feels most at home, which would negate my previous theories. More testing is going to be needed, but I'm going to Going to petition for SCP-156 to be reclassified as Euclid until further notice. Doctor. 05 notice, all testing experimentation involving SCP-156 is suspended indefinitely pending further review of its nature. Requests for reclassification will likewise be evaluated. Okay. Yeah, this is a very destructive one when it comes to like how attached to a place you are. You know what I mean? Because like if you live in a place and you just consider it home, but you're not really attached to it, you're not really attached to any place, to be honest. Like, because I am attached to this place I am currently in. So, like, if this place were ever to catch on fire, I would be devastated. But like, for some people, if a place catches on fire, it sucks, and it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of finances and insurance stuff that you have to go through. But you just think to yourself like, well, I just have to find a different place to live now. Some people can do that and some people can't. Some people are like, well, now I'm homeless, which is another reason why this would suck. Because like either A, you have sentimental, emotional value to a place, or B, it's the only place you can live in. So, yeah. This is very destructive. It definitely can ruin somebody's life really easily.